Internet friends, my name is Catherine and I'm the human behind Christian Miss Couture, and tonight is another day where we are going to be working the Pride collection together. And this is going to be a very lovely color because I really think it's very fun. It's the Lesbian Pride Flag, so it's orange, it's red, it's pink, and it's white. And it's going to be a very nice color. My personal opinion, I think it's very fun colors and I really like the colors together. So we're going to be working on that flag tonight. We're not going to be doing stripes in the pan like we did with the rainbow one. We're going to be working with twist and resist to create the colors that we want to create. So basically, with the resistance, it will create white patches, which we want, and it will help to also move the colors differently, so we will have different hues of the pink and the orange in the pan without adding too many colors and just using two different dyes. So let's get into this. Happy Pride Month. So today we're doing the Lesbian Pride Flag. I was always told that those colors don't go together, but together it looks actually so nice. I don't know why anyone would say that they don't belong together. Okay, so we're going to be doing our stock solution. So if you're wanting to do a 1% depth of shade, you would need a 1% stock solution for your weight of goods. So basically, if you have 100 gram of fiber and you want a 1% depth of shade, you will need 1 gram of dry powder for 100 milliliter of water. And let's put the respirator. Okay. And let's do our stock solutions. But in this case, I don't think I'll do a 1% because we only have 2 skeins. So we'll see. What I want to do one. Let's go with this. Okay, so I've added a little bit of water so that way I was going to be able to remove my mask because those powders are very volatile. Is that the proper way to pronounce it? So you don't want to get this into your lungs. So we're just going to dissolve the dry powder. There we go. Just stir, stir, stir. And the reason I'm going to be only using 2 colors is because of the way we're going to be dyeing it. There will be variation of the color within the skeins. So we won't necessarily need to have multiple colors. And we want to keep some white patches because it's part of the flag. Okay, so let's get into the pan. Okay, so we already have the citric acid in here. So the rule of thumb is always 1 tablespoon per pound or 454 grams of fiber. So since I will have 2 skeins, which is roughly 230 grams of fiber, I have half a tablespoon in the water, and I have 2 cups of tap water in here. I don't want to start with I don't want to start with warm water because I want the color to strike slower. Do you see how crazy the effect is? Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I just always find it so fascinating. Because some colors are so mesmerizing when you put them in water and citric acid. It almost looks like oil on water. It's very, it probably depends on the composition of this. Okay, so I'm just so mesmerized by the effect on the water. I don't know if you can see it properly from up there, but there's variation of greens and yellows and brown in the water. It's very mesmerizing. It really looks like an oil spill on the water. Oh, we might have. Okay, well, I we shall see. Okay, so we're going to be layering up the colors. So let's see. Turning it on, and we're going to bringing it to 95 Celsius. And once we reach that point, we'll be waiting for maybe 15 minutes for the color to have struck the way I want it to. So we basically will have a clear bath, so we'll be able to flip those skeins and add the pink color to create a beautiful lesbian pride flag. So I'll put my miniature in. We'll come back in 15. See you in a bit. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes, and I'm pretty sure we have, yeah, so we're pretty good here. And you can see that we have softer orange, and this is why I didn't want to do many colors, because we still want to keep some of the whites for the flag. I'm just needing my gloves here. So 15 minutes is usually a good amount of time if you're going to do multiple colors, but you don't want to add them all at the same time. At 15, usually you have a good amount that will be in struck to the yarn. And we're going to put this one inside out. It is hot. And I've lowered the temperature of my cooking plate. Yes, cooking plate, because it was starting to be a little intense. So we're just going to make sure that everything is good. And we're going to leave this for half an hour. And after that, we're going to wash it off, spin dryer, and let it dry overnight. Okay, so we had a clear dye bath with our Lesbian Pride flag. However, sometimes with orange and pink, and I haven't noticed amethyst bleeding yet. However, I know that sometimes Orange Monarch from Dharma Trading Co. does have a little tendency to bleed. Like some oranges just bleed a little bit more than others. Saffron Spice from Dharma is also another one that does some bleeding from time to time. And in this case, it is the orange that I've noticed that was leaving a little hue in the water, but it was very minimal. So all in all, I'm very happy that it's not more of that. And sometimes it's just because you have little pockets of dye that happens in the dye bath, and those are the things that are left over, and that's what you're cleaning off at the end. So what we're going to do after I finished up washing the yarn is putting it in the spin dryer to remove all excess water, and then we're going to let it dry overnight, and we shall see the final result in a moment. And here's the final result for our lesbian-inspired pride flag. And you can see that we have white spots, which is what I wanted, because I wanted to keep the idea of the flag, which has a white stripe in it. And you can see also that we have variation of the pink and of the orange, which is also what I wanted. And this is why we only kept two colors in this colorway, because we wanted to ensure that we would have the soft variation that would naturally occur with the technique that we used to dye this skein of yarn. So I'm super happy with how it turned out. And Zoe apparently is a pride, and he's very happy with the result as well. She's an unofficial lesbian, I guess, but she's neutered, so she doesn't care. Okay, okay, come on, get out, get out. Boop. Thank you, miss. Okay, I'm very happy with this color. That's all I'm going to say. So, same thing as the previous video about our pride flag. There will be 20% of the profit that will be donated to charity. And just so you know, those colors will be part of my permanent collection. So it will be available year round. And whenever someone will place an order, it will be there will be a donation made every single time. So I hope you've liked the video. If you've liked it, please consider sharing, liking, and subscribing. And I will see you in the next one very soon. Bye!